Caner Universe! Hey, it's Caner Tip Tuesday. We are in sunny Miami, Florida, and today, CaneFlow secrets revealed. But before we do that, a warm welcome and a cane bump to those of you who are here for the first time, as well as loyal followers of the Cane Fist Way. Two things you want to do straight off the canes before we both forget. Avail yourself of the free resources. You have a no-cost cane clarity call, and that's where in less than 24 hours, all you have to do is text the letters. Do this now. Text the letter CCC to 305-745-7839. Let's jump on a call and find, listen, it's the end of 2022. You have the last opportunity to get cane trained before the holidays. You can actually get certified before the holidays, and more importantly, to actually be cane trained so that when you're out there with this tool, you can walk empowered for all your days. Do that first. You could also give us a call. We're at 800-289-8188. Second free resource is the private Facebook group, which is open to all. All you have to do is request entry. It's called CaneFlow, which is the topic of this video. Move better, protect better, live better. Look for it in the description and go ahead and request entry. They will let you right in. So listen, you see ACSD caners moving in here, all kinds of handling, right, and footwork to go with it, and you're looking and say, well, that's just, you know, you hear a lot of, well, you wouldn't be able to do that against an opponent and so on and so forth, and you're missing the boat big time. You don't get it. Once you break this down, which I'll show a very simple flow today. As a matter of fact, I'll probably show just a portion of it, and then we'll go ahead and show the second next week. But I'll do something here for you. And then you might see something like this. Right, so that kind of movement. So I'll take the first 2 or 3 movements from that, and that's pretty simple to do. And I'll show you when you break it down, just the depth and the range of application to something like that. The reason that you put that into a flow is because it gives you a way to practice, right? And it has a variety of not just tactical benefits, but health benefits as well when you do it that way. So let me show you, let's just take that initial midline movement that's coming to the inside, right? And a lot of you talk about a fan block and things like that. This is our version of something like that. But the first thing that you're doing here is, if I got somebody that's coming in, puts their hands, grabs, does whatever it is, the only positive thing about this is I know where her hands are, right? And I'm cautious if she's gonna let go and escalate and grab a tool and come stab me or do something else. So this initial movement that comes in, there's the strike. Notice what I do with the hands. I start jamming already, and then I'm actually gonna bring it here. Now, when you do this and you take, remember it's an impact tool, and you put it on bone on that radial side, and you got nerve there going as well, you can get that. See that? Now go ahead and remove your hand. Yeah, it's not gonna happen, right? And then you can from here, just with that move alone. If I were to put it in the context of one hand and you got jammed, right? So she grabs here. Oh, look at the strike. Look at the strike. So I'm off the line. Look at the strike. And now I'm coming to the inside. The cane allows me to catch any strike that might be coming here, but don't miss what happens here at the level of the wrist. See that as well? And look at how close the cane now is for the follow-up, which is that question mark, right? So just that one initial movement, you have the striking. Look at the striking down here once I stabilize. Right? Pop right back in here, and then from here you can go ahead and do movement, so on and so forth. That's just from this movement right here that you say, oh, you wouldn't even think of it, right, unless I start revealing this to you. Second movement that you have in there is you'll see something that looks like this, and notice that there's a simultaneous stepping back because you have to adjust for, right, the momentum that she's bringing here. When I come back, now you have something like this. And if you study this, it's like a question mark movement. Whether she's coming with another impact tool, get that other cane so I can just show real quick. because you have this, right? Look at that movement. Look at that movement here. Look what I do with the foot. Whether something's coming in and already leads you to the inside. I want to show those of you in ACSD that are doing form number 4, those of you that do know form number 4, you start off in a tripod, you kick it up, and then that's what you're supposed to do. But you see a lot of this. And you say, yeah, that's right, that's how I do it. I'm here to tell you as the guy who put it together, that's not the way it's supposed to be done. There's a difference between coming here real big. Look at the movement of the cane now coming over. It wasn't designed that way. It's designed from go to here diagonally across because something is on you real quick and you just didn't have the time. So look at see how I turn and I get my shoulder out of the way, so something that was coming in here, right, is now not going to hit. Of course, the cane comes up with it, pop, and now it leaves her committed in here. Now I can start occupying that space, right? And I'm to the inside. As a follow-up rotation to that, whether you're coming in to stab, now you have this movement, right? And that's our ear slap. You see how the horn, right, that crook comes to the side of the face, just like an open hand would, coming there to the side. So that if you do have something, anything that's pinned here, there it is. That would be your strike. If she's not coming with the tool, and you're dealing up here, you say, hey, pop, and you got out of the way, throw a straight strike of some sort, some jab. Now, I'm off at an angle. She would have to follow up with the other hand, but see, the leverage allows me to hit and not get hit. To hit and not get hit. And that's just coming from this movement in here, then coming out where you're taking up that center and then coming to the outside. The other thing that it does is, watch the reflexes. If you're dealing with somebody here, she throws a strike and I come here, she can see this coming. As she puts up the hand, from up here, very difficult to stop. The strike, you can just go ahead and bring it here and it comes down. So she commits up here, you're to the inside, but I move away I'm still away, extend your arm. She can't hit me, I can hit her. And if you have something like a palm rest on there on your ACB 32, you're using that as a hammer. Now, and this will tie into next week. ACSD, if you haven't figured it out yet, those of you that have been watching, the cane teaches, let's all say it together, the empty hand. The cane, and not the other way around. The cane teaches the empty hand. So that if you see this in a flow, you see it something like this, right? So I can do the exact same thing, right, out here. For instance, just that movement in here that allows you to come in, right, to pin, and now you're stepping in and then coming in. Well, each one of those has application empty hand, and it works pretty much the same. Oh, there it is. See, the hands get pinned. I'm coming in here using that foot to strike in here. If she's coming in with this motion, it shows you the locking, by the way, in the same way. Shows you the locking to the inside. Doesn't matter. Two hands, same thing, right? You know that it's to the outside. It's not out here because she can resist, right? I don't care how strong you are, but it shows you the principles to the inside so that you can break from something like that. And then notice with the cane, look at the position of the arm. Once you do this, look at this position. Look at the forearm. Why? Because it's showing you that this is what makes the contact and not the ulnar bone, not the ulna. So if she's coming in here to punch it, I'm already to that inside, occupying her space in here. See, she's moving away. Boom, this is coming straight out. That's a palm heel. We call it an ear slap because that's where we would love. She throws a straight strike. Oh, I would love this, right? If she blocks that hand, the elbow comes to the inside, it still gets through. See, the elbow comes towards her center line, and there it is. And the reason you want that is because the center of equilibrium is out here. So when you cup that, boom, if you've ever gotten whacked in the side of the head, you also have the trigeminal nerve there. You can use the palm heel to go ahead and do that. And that's how it would tie in to, so you're taking again something here, right, in this movement, And next week I'll show you something like this, and especially that tornado that most don't have an understanding. You see it, you may be able to emulate it, but you don't get it. I'll be covering that next week. So you see that there's a method to this, and that those movements, when you see a CSD caners, there's a lot more than meets the eye there. Once it's revealed to you, you see the depth of application. So listen, I'm wearing an ACB American Cane Boxing graduate shirt because in February we're having Winter Cane Immersion 2023. It's already 40% full. Why do we say it's full, it's 40%, 50%? Because we always limit participation so that the ratio of caners to floor instructors is ideal for your best learning experience. Read the reviews. It's considered the premier in-person caning event, so it's not too early to start making plans. The weather's just absolutely wonderful over here, and if that's something that interests you, text Winter 2023 to 305-745-7839. 305-745-7839, and text the letters there as well, CCC, so that we can have that conversation and answer all your questions. It doesn't matter. We want to know if you have the injuries. We want to know, where you're at, what the goal is. If you have limitations, we want to have the conversation so you understand how we circumvent, and we're delivering the training right where you are from the comfort of home. Okay, I'm Joe Robaina for American Cane Self-Defense. Thanks for watching. Keep caning. Stay safe.